Hello future engineers, welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're still new to my channel and you like what I'm doing, please don't forget to share my videos to your friends and to your friends' friends. To your younger brothers and sisters who would want to take up engineering in the future, and to your relatives. That's one way you can keep me going, inspired and refreshed. Now, if you find my videos interesting and important to your studies, also please don't forget to subscribe. Hello future engineers, here is another video in calculus in sketching graphs, important in understanding physical properties of curves, in finding slopes, maximum values. You need this in future analysis applications of problems, computing areas, slopes, location of centroids of areas, when the area is revolved about an axis, the volume generated, and so on and so forth. So you have to know techniques in graphing. So graph the functions not by plotting points, but by starting with the graph of standard functions and then applying the appropriate transformations. So we have here y equals negative x cubed. The standard function is y equals x cubed, and you should familiar with that even if by point plotting. So without the sign, then it becomes negative. So it means that we have to reflect the graph of y equals x cubed about the y-axis. Then we have y equals sine of x over 2. All you have to do is uh, double the graduation, but the values would be the same. And y equals x plus 1 square, we start with y equals x square, which is a parabola open upward with vertex at the origin. Then we shift it 1 unit to the left, copying the graph of y equals x square. Then that's automatic the graph of y equals quantity x plus 1 square. So for the first part, for y equals x cubed, of course 0, 0, 1, 1, 2, 8. So it's like that. Then negative 1 when x is negative 1, so it's also negative 1. When x is negative 2, negative 8, and so on and so forth. So the graph looks like that for y equals x cubed, positive x cubed. Since this is y equals negative x cubed, it means that you have to reflect this graph about the y-axis. So if you reflect this graph about the y-axis, the graph looks like this. And that's the graph of y equals negative x cubed. So that's for the first. For the second one, we have to remember the graph of sine x, which is this as our guide. 0 sine of pi over 2 is 1, pi sine of pi 0, 3 pi over 2 negative 1 sine of 2 pi 0, 5 halves pi 1, 3 pi 0. So it's periodic. Sine of negative pi over 2 negative 1, sine of pi 0, sine of 3 half negative 3 halves pi 1, and so on and so forth. So for the graph of this, it's the same graph. Supposedly it will shrink horizontally by half of this graduation, but I will not do it anymore. I'll just change the graduation along the horizontal, and we double this. So pi over 2 becomes pi becomes pi over 2, negative pi over 2 becomes negative pi becomes negative 2 pi, 3 halves pi becomes 3 pi, 2 pi becomes 4 pi, and so on and so forth. So as shown in the figure, so that's it. Now the graduation, and we have the same graph. So this is now the graph of y equals sine of x over 2. So to check sine of pi over 2, so this is pi, so it is 1. sine of negative pi over 2 is negative 1. So sine of 6 pi over 2 is sine 3 pi, that's 0. Sine of 5 halves pi is 1. So that's correct. Then for y equals quantity x plus 1 square, we begin with y equals x square, which is a parabola open upward. Remember that when x is 0, y is 0 for y equals x square. We consider y equals x square first. Then when x is plus minus 1, y is 1 for y equals x square. Then when x is plus minus 2, y is 4, and so on and so forth. Plus minus 3, y is 9. So the graph looks like that. That's the graph of y equals x squared. So if this x plus 1, we have to shift it 1 unit to the left and copy this graph. And that becomes the graph of y equals x plus 1 square. So that's the technique. So from the parent graph, we have to transform using the transformations. That would be the transformations. Graph the function, not by plotting points, but by starting with the graph of standard functions and then applying the appropriate transformations. Y equals square root of x plus 3 and y equals 1/2 of x squared plus 8x. For y equals square root of x plus 3, the original or the starting graph would be square root of x, and it is a parabola, upper half of the parabola open to the right when x is 0, 0, when x is 1, 1, when x is 4, 2. So that's why it is open to the right. 0 vertex, 1. When x is 4, it is 2. When x is 9, it is 3. So it is a parabola open to the right. As shown, this is y equals square root of x. So because this is square root of x plus 3, it means that you have to shift this graph to the left 3 units. 1, 2, 3 here, and copy that graph as shown. So that graph is y equals square root of x plus 3. Then finally, y equals 1/2 of quantity x squared plus 8x. Our starting equation will be x squared plus 8x, which is a parabola, x squared plus 8x. We complete the square, x squared plus 8x plus 16. Then y minus 16, x squared plus 8x plus 16. Then we should add 16. Because we subtract 16, we should also add, we added 16, so we should also subtract 16. So that this becomes y plus 16 equals x plus 4 quantity square. A parabola that is open upward, just like this, with vertex at negative 4, comma, negative 16, as shown. It's here. The graduation is 1 unit each, but the vertex is here, negative 4, comma, negative 16. So this is the graph of y equals x squared plus 8x, this one, this yellow. Then if we multiply it by 1/2, that's why when x is 0, y is 0. When x is negative 8, negative 8 quantity square is 64 plus 8 times negative 8, negative 64, so it's 0. Now, if we shrink it by a factor of 2 or multiplying the graph here by 1/2, then the vertex would now be here. But it still passes through these points where y is 0. So it is now at negative 4, comma, negative 8. So that's y equals x squared plus 8x. And this is now the graph of y equals 1/2 of x quantity x squared plus 8x. So that's it for this video. I hope that you were able to understand, gain the techniques in sketching graphs. Supposedly, if you mastered algebra and analytic geometry. For those who have no analytic geometry, this time go back to algebra. There's a topic there on coordinates and graphs. So beginning with lines, then conic sections, parabolas, circles, ellipses, hyperbolas, and other graphs.